Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I just wanted to do a really quick video update for you guys and share with you what I've been doing on my journey. If you guys don't know, a couple weeks ago I decided to just try and be a healthier me and a more energetic me and feel better about myself, and it wasn't all just about weight. It was just about, again, the way I feel and my energy levels and just self-love and self-confidence, because I feel like it's really important that we have that these days, and I haven't had it in quite some time. Really, throughout my 20s, I have always felt uncomfortable with my body, except for maybe a short, like 6-month window somewhere in there. And I'm tired of it. I don't want to feel that way anymore. So I started this whole journey. If you want to see my whole explanation of everything, I will link that video down below for you guys. I don't want to get into it too much in this video, just because I don't want it to be that long, and I already went over all of it before, so I don't want to be repetitive for those of you who did see it. But I wanted to just kind of touch base on what I've been doing and my progress to date. Today is Wednesday, November. When is today's date? I know it's a Wednesday. Okay, it's Wednesday, November 14th, so it's been about 2.5 weeks since I started everything, and I will say I did lose some weight, so that is the good part. I've lost about 4.5 pounds, which is less than I wanted, but again, it's not about the number so much, but the way that I feel. I will say I did fall off the bandwagon a little bit there, and shut that. Sorry if you could hear the TV in the background. Husband's watching something. I don't even know what. But we went to go visit my family, which is a good 6.5-hour drive away from us. And with that, I was not the healthiest. I did make some smart choices. So it was my dad's birthday, and I did get, brown rice instead of white to be better at that. I got fish instead of anything fried or beef. So I did try to make better decisions, but with it, I also made some poor decisions because it was a long drive. We were starving, so we got some fast food on the way. I'm not a big fast food eater, but I did get some. So I don't want to just lie and say, oh, these 2 weeks were amazing, I've done so good, I've been so motivated, look at me, because it's not true. I did already fall off the bandwagon pretty darn quick there, because it was really hard to make the change, especially if your significant other or those living with you are not making the same changes. It's really hard because you still have bad food in the house, and that makes the temptation like that much more. But I do feel better. For workouts, I did buy a program. I did buy the 21-day fix program. I kind of tested it out a while ago, but I didn't really stick with it. But I do like that it's only in 30-minute spurts. So for 30 minutes, I can give up that time. I don't have to go to the gym, so I'm not paying a monthly fee. I bought this for one time. As a one-time purchase, and it's something I can do here when I have time on my own. It's not somewhere I have to drive and all of that, because that tends to be a bit of a pain. Plus, again, the monthly, now the dog's barking, but the monthly fees and all of that, I know not everybody can afford that, so I wanted to try to do this in a way that worked for me, but also might work for everybody else out there who can't afford a gym. So I have been doing that. I have tried to do it pretty much every day, because that's the whole regimen. I haven't, like when I went to my family's, I didn't do it for like 3 or 4 days in that time span, but I have been doing it almost every day, to where it's evening out to be about 5 days a week. So during the weekdays, I'll spend 30 minutes in the morning or in the evening, or just really, again, whenever I have time to do that. And I do feel a difference in my body. I don't have a lot of changes yet as far as inches lost, but and I don't mean this in a bad way, but when you are smaller, like I am, it's harder to lose the inches. I will say, before anybody gives me grief about that, I did also purchase a scale that measures body fat and body weight and lean, like your protein and your hydration. Of course, it's not 100% accurate, because it can't be without all the other tests, but it did help me keep track of it. So before anybody gives me a hard time, I will say that while I have lost weight, I do still have a long way to go. So even though I am smaller at about a size 4, I do have way too much fat for even my body type. So with the scale, you'd basically download this app on your phone, and via Bluetooth it connects. So it tells you your weight, your BMI, which for me is ideal. It tells you basically your metabolic rate, how quickly you metabolize things. And unfortunately, I am not doing so well in that department. Surprise, surprise. I've never had the fastest metabolism unless it was back again when I was in junior high and high school and ran and was in gymnastics and sports and all those things, because I was way more active, so obviously, and younger. So obviously my metabolism was much better. It tells you your muscle average percent, which I need more of. It tells you your moisture, which basically how much water are you dehydrated. I'm doing well in that. Your average bone mass, behind in that. Your protein rate, doing okay. How your body age is. So I'm 28 years old. This is telling me my body is 26 years old. So I'm actually a little bit younger body-wise than my age. So I'm doing okay there. So it also measures your visceral fat, which is like the fat around like your heart and your lungs and those type of places where it could really affect just your actual health. I mean, all this affects your health, but you know, your heart health and stuff like that. With that, I'm ideal. But here's the thing. It also measures your subcutaneous fat. And if you don't know what that is, anybody who has cellulite, that's your subcutaneous fat. So it is that layer of fat that's underneath the skin that's really just what normal people think of when they think the fat on your body, when the flaps and the rolls, all of that, that's your subcutaneous fat. That my percentage is actually high. So for those of you that think, hey, you're small, you're fit, stop complaining, ask them about this or see if they've ever done something like this, because it doesn't necessarily mean that they're healthy or that they're in a good fat range, because I'm not. And that was really hard for me to see, but it was true. So it also measures your just kind of your average body fat. It measures what you would be if you did not have body fat, which is unrealistic. And you don't want necessarily to be like that, because that's when you get to the really unhealthy levels. Your body does need some fat to store for certain things. So that I kind of ignore. It also measures your muscle weight, and your protein amount. So it does measure all of those different things, and those measurements have fluctuated slightly to the better as I have gone on. So that's kind of where I'm noticing a difference as well. It's not necessarily just the weight, because yes, there was again like a 4.5 pound difference in my actual weight, but it was in these measurements as well, in my fat content and my protein content and my metabolic rate changes. So for food, what I've been doing is to measure. I use an app on my phone that's called MyFitnessPal. No, again, none of this is sponsored. I've used this for several years on and off, and I use this because it measures what you can put in, how much you ate of what, and it measures all the nutritional values of it. It measures your macros, which if you don't know, or if you haven't done keto, that's what they go off of, is your fat versus your carbs versus your protein. So it measures all of that. And it also measures you can add in your water intake and any exercises. So say you want to eat an average or maintain an average in calorie intake of 1,400. It takes your calorie intake in, so from all the food, and subtracts any exercise you've done and gives you that net of whatever it is you want. So you can kind of track how many calories you're actually eating. And it's really very eye-opening to realize, holy crap, I ate that much. I didn't realize that was so much. I didn't realize, okay, this has way more calories. So I started eating eggs for breakfast, boiled eggs, but then I realized the yolks had like 200 calories for 2 boiled eggs. It was like 100 each, but the whites weren't. Whites, it's like 40 calories for 2. So those differences, and of course the cholesterol and all of that, it measures all of those differences so you can really find out what you are eating down to the nitty gritty, besides reading a label box. Because if you're like me, you're not going to spend time in the grocery store going through the labels, measuring all that. I don't have time for that. When I grocery shop, I went in and out. I stick by the list. I'm done. I don't want to spend any extra time in there that I have to. I don't want to spend forever in line. So if you're like me, it gives you a way of doing that without having to go in the store and measure everything. Overall, I do feel better. With the exercise, with the eating better. Again, I did slip up. I'm not saying I'm perfect or I've just been perfect during this whole process. Not at all. But I do feel better about it. I do feel like I'm getting somewhere. I'm not where I want to be. I still don't like certain parts of me or anything like that. But it's only been 2.5 weeks, so it hasn't been very long. And again, I wasn't really steadfast for that period of time. But I am feeling a little bit better. I'm feeling more motivated to continue when I look at these numbers and see the differences. I also have been stretching a lot more. My body feels a lot more loose. I hate feeling like stiff and achy and getting old sucks. And I'm not even that old. But the stretching is helping. The exercise are helping. I'm just feeling better. I'm feeling more energetic and just doing okay. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. Again, I didn't want to make this a super long video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on the other updates I have, and of course my usual makeup reviews and tutorials and things like that. But until I can get them out for you, as always, I hope you have a wonderful day.